Let's talk about oil. What's up investors and welcome back to the channel. I want to talk about 88 Energy today. This is a company that are listed across multiple stock exchanges such as the OTC under EEENF and under the ticker 88E on both the ASX in Australia and the AIM in the UK. And they've just had some major news. So in today's video we'll be looking at who exactly are 88 Energy and what they do. We'll look at that very latest news, take a look at technical charts, and finally I'll give you my conclusion on 88 Energy. Before we get into the video, it takes a lot of time to do this research and bring you these videos as quickly as possible. So if you find any value in this video, can I ask you to smash that like button? It literally costs you nothing but helps me out so much. I'm aiming for 150 likes, help me make that happen. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new content like this. It's 100% free and a great way to show your support for the channel. What do you think of the future of 88 Energy? Have you invested, and at what price, and what price targets do you have? I want to point out that I'm not a financial advisor, this is not financial advice. Now let's get into it. 88 Energy is an exploration and production company engaged in the exploration of oil and gas at the Alaska North Slope region. The North Slope region of Alaska is home to some of the largest oil and gas fields in the world and is North America's most prolific oil-producing region. The company's goal is to build a successful exploration and production company that delivers material benefits to its shareholders and contributes to the development of the regions in which it works. It aims to achieve this by targeting overlooked or emerging play types to capitalize on opportunities prior to larger industry players moving in. The opportunities the company seeks are based on robust technical evaluation together with informed socio-political decisions and cultural sensitivity in business relationships. 88 operates two main projects: a 200-acre operation at the site of Project Peregrine and a 195-acre project at the site of Project Peregrine. As we can see here from the North Slope oil and gas major discoveries map, we can see that both Project Peregrine and Eisfine are located in the same region as Cuparuck and Prudhoe Bay, which is the largest oil field in the USA. Prudhoe Bay was discovered in 1968 and has produced over 15 billion barrels of oil to date. 88 began working on Project Eisfine in 2015 and significantly increased acreage up to 200,000 acres. We see here that Project Peregrine is in green because it relates to when 88 acquired XCD Energy in 2020. The merger was set to create a diversified portfolio of three key project areas in Alaska and become a company with significant increased scale and demonstrated operational capability that is focused on the world-class oil potential of the North Slope of Alaska. So, in breaking news at 88, 88 announced that they have bought out their partner on Project Peregrine. The company has entered into an agreement with Alaska Peregrine Development Company, APDC, that will enable the continuation of the exploration program at Project Peregrine next winter. APDC will sell 88 Energy a 50% working interest in the project, giving 88 a 100% working interest. 88 Energy will pay $14 million to APCD payable in new 88 Energy shares issued in several tranches, with the first tranche already being issued today. It goes on to say that 88 Energy will also pay $10 million in cash on the achievement of gross 2P reserves of 100 million barrels within 36 months, plus cash payments of $2.5 million per 50 million barrels on the achievement of gross 2P reserves added over 100 million barrels within the next 36 months. This is all good news. So 88 Energy will have to pay an extra $10 million if they achieve 100 million barrels within 3 years. This payment is contingent on achieving these goals. If they achieve 100 million barrels of oil, then $10 million is nothing compared to the revenue that they'll be bringing in. APDC will also retain a 1.5% overriding royalty interest on future production and will receive 10% of the gross sale proceeds in respect of an assignment of greater than 49% of Project Peregrine within the next 24 months. Again, these payments are contingent on achieving the company's goals. APDC said it was unlikely to be able to meet future funding requirements for the project and that it was selling out because it did not want to hold up work on the project. With the additional data we now have in hand, the potential for improved transaction metrics has increased. We also remain optimistic about the future results from the ongoing lab tests related to Merlin 1 well. Having 100% working interest in both Project Peregrine and the neighbouring Umayyad oil field opens up significant potential for the company to realise value in this region. Also on the 25th of May, 88 Energy gave an update on their operations, including that Merlin well samples were sent to the lab. As we can see here, highlights include encouraging evidence of oil in downhole samples being investigated in the lab, additional fluorescence recorded at previously unidentified depths, and final payment of vendors in stock to be made. They continue with, the ratios of hydrocarbon indicate that the liquid present is highly likely to be oil rather than condensate, which also bodes well from a thermal maturity perspective regionally. Horizons had previously been deemed to contain mostly water, and this remains a possibility. Regardless of the final percentages of hydrocarbon versus water in these samples, which will be known in the coming weeks, the presence of oil is highly encouraging, particularly given that the two most prospective horizons were not able to be sampled due to operational issues. We've spoken about these operational issues in previous videos. Furthermore, they've said, some of the fluorescence observed in the lab is shown below. However, notably 18 of the most prospective samples were not included in those sent for analysis, as they have been set aside for special analysis related to any oil extracted. And we can see here these samples side by side showing good and bad fluorescence. We should get more analysis and lab results in the coming weeks that could prove to have a very positive effect on the share price. So looking at the charts, we can see that we've been moving in this downward trend for the last couple of months, hitting both these lines of support and resistance on numerous occasions. But as we can see here today, we've just broke out above this line of resistance for the first time. This could prove to be very important, and I think that we could get some positive lab results very soon, and that could push the share price way up. Now guys, if you follow my channel and you watch all my videos, then you know that I usually like to talk about the financials and the management team of whatever company that I'm covering. This is the third video that I've done on 88 Energy over the last couple of months, and I've covered both the management team and the financials in those videos, and nothing has changed since the last video. Today's video was mainly about bringing you today's news, so I won't be going over the management team and the financials again. I'm just going to skip straight to the conclusion. So that brings us to the end of the video. Before I give you my final thoughts, if you've watched all the way through, please hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, remember to hit that subscribe button and bell notification. I'll be running a competition later this month for subscribers. Like and subscribe to take part. More details in the coming weeks. And leave a comment down below to say that you've liked and subscribed so that I know. So what do I think? First, I want to say that despite the setbacks in the last couple of months, I think this is an exciting time for 88 Energy. The drilling results all seem positive, and now that they've got 100% of the rights to Project Peregrine, they could potentially generate even more revenue than we had previously expected. However, these types of companies are always risky, and although the preliminary data looks good, there is the possibility that there might not be anywhere near the amount of oil that they think there is. Although the possible rewards are high, there is also the possibility that after a feasibility test, they could potentially conclude that going further might not be commercially viable. This is not uncommon at all to happen. Just look at APDC. They are pulling out of Project Peregrine due to the fact that they feel they cannot raise the capital needed to continue. Now more so than ever, rewards could be massive, but on the other side, it could all end with nothing. Another concern I would have is the level of dilution that could happen if there are more delays. We've already seen share offerings earlier this year, and then the payment to APDC is also in the form of shares, so this does concern me a bit. Overall, I think this is a high risk, high reward play, but for anyone looking to buy in at the moment, at least it's while the share price is very much on the lower end. So depending on your risk appetite, this could be a very attractive price. As always guys, this is just my opinion. If anyone is thinking about buying into this stock, I encourage you to do your own research. And if you find anything of interest that I haven't mentioned in any of my videos, leave a comment down below and I'll look into it. As I said before, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Thanks for watching the video. What are your thoughts on 88 Energy? And what are your price targets for the next year or the next 5 years? Drop a comment and I'll catch you in the next one.